Welcome to the channel. I'm Wes, and today I'm going to be going over some quick fancy selection methods. When it comes to selecting faces, edges, and vertices, you want to be as efficient as possible so you're not spending a bunch of time clicking around in a mesh. Let's jump into it. We have a subdivided cube here, as you see, nice and subdivided. One fancy method I like to use is selection growing. So let's go to vertex mode or press 1 to better illustrate this. I'm going to select the corner one here. And if you go to select more or less, you can see the shortcut key is Control numpad plus for more, numpad minus for less. So let's click more, and you see that the selection grew. And I love using this one. It's very useful. I use it all the time. Another fancy selection is selecting everything within a loop. So let's go to edge mode to better illustrate this. Let's say I want to select all the faces inside of this weird shape here. The best way to do this is hit select, go to select loop inner region. This selects all the faces on the inside. This is very useful when you have like a big island you want to select, but it's irregular shaped. Another fancy selection method is selecting the border of a large selection of faces. So let's say we just select a bunch of these, and I just want to select the edges of all these faces. If you go to select loops, and select boundary loops, boom, fancy selection. You selected all the outside edges. Another fancy selection method would be selecting vertices or edges or faces in between two selections. So let me show you an example. If you go to face mode or press 3, let's select this face and this face, and I want to select the faces in between these selections, but I wanted to find the shortest path there. So let's go to select linked shortest path, and you see it uses the least selections to connect both selections. So let's see, you can make a whole selection, click here, click another one, select linked shortest path, hold shift, select linked shortest path, and make a selection like this. Another fancy selection method is selecting every other, let's say, face. So if you click one face and then click the second, if you go to select more or less and go to next active or shift control numpad plus, since I skipped one, it's just going to follow that same pattern all the way around. Let's see, and we made it. And you can do this with any amount of skips. So you can select this one and skip 2, and then hold shift control numpad plus, and you see it skips 2. This is great for making patterns. Another fancy selection method is selecting a ring, and a ring is a little different than a loop. So let's select the edge mode or press 2. If you select a loop, as you see, I'm holding Alt and click on edge, it selects a loop, right? But what if I wanted to select these edges, the ones that are vertical but around in a circle? It doesn't quite work that way. It either selects the ones connected end to end, vertical or horizontal. But there's a solution for this. You can click one of the lines, go to select, and go to select loops, edge rings, and it'll select all the edges that are vertical all around. A final selection method is selecting multiple edge loops. So let's say I make a selection here on the edge, select this edge and that edge. It's vertical, horizontal, and I go to select more or less. Oh no, I'm sorry. Select loops and then edge loops. It'll select each edge loop of the selections that are currently active. That's all the fancy edge methods I have for you today. I plan to make more of these little short, quick tips. So I'll see you next time.